Hey, 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 my YouTube family. This is your girl getting jazzy with Jazz TV, and I am officially live. And this is going to be Love and Marriage Huntsville Wonderful Chaos, Season 10, Episode 11. Ooh, child. I'm so ready for this show to be y'all. I'm ready for the show to be y'all. Whew, Jesus have mercy. So it starts with Trish and Tisha, and Tisha comes to Trish's house to talk, and then Tish asks about how she is doing, and Trish says that she is going to therapy, and she said that she is, seeing good results, and then it's going good, and then Tisha needs, I mean, honestly, Tisha needs therapy. She does. She needs to sit down with a therapist. Marcel won't go, and she need to go, and she had to trick him last time that they was on there to go to the therapist, and he ended up going, and I'm like, what the hell? And dude, I mean, honestly speaking, am I the only person that think that that's a whole load of BS? Because my whole thing is, how is it that Marceau, how is it that Marceau is thinking that he doesn't need therapy, and he needs therapy, Tisha needs therapy, Kimmy needs therapy, Maurice needs therapy, Martell needs therapy. Everybody that's gonna be on this show, they need therapy. And real talk. And then they weren't talking about nothing but what she doing, what she not doing, this and this and that. And then she gets to talking about what happened with Nell and all this stuff. And I'm like, but come on, Tisha. I mean, Nell didn't do nothing wrong. Okay? She ain't do nothing wrong. And another thing is, I don't understand how they can just sit there. She can just sit there. Tisha can just sit there. Kimmy can just sit there and think that they did nothing wrong. And then they can sit there and just bully people. And that's the exact same thing that they did when they were, when Mel was on there. All right? That's the same thing that they did when Mel was on there. And I'm like, look, we're not trying to go back and forth and go back and forth and go back and forth. Okay. And then the thing is, Tisha, it is a lack of therapy, for African American people, right? African Americans, and it will help out a lot in the community, and it will not be so much going on in the world if everybody had the opportunity in the African American community to just sit down and just talk to a therapist, and then they can tell the therapist what's going on, and when they tell the therapist what's going on, then they would be able to just earn out their grievances. I mean, I understand everything. I understand there's a whole lot going on in the world and all that, and yes, it is a lack of African Americans that are therapists. And I mean, and I understand that a lot of people, African Americans mainly, they don't want to sit down and they don't want to talk to every race about African American problems, black problems, let's to say. And I understand that. I definitely do understand that. But it's just, we cannot save everyone, but could, have a guide in the right direction, and it will make it hard for, anything to get done or anybody to think about in the real world. Just go about thinking about stuff in the real world. And the thing is, you have to make sure that you have a level head. And if you don't have a level head, then you have to make sure that it is somebody that can speak to you and talk to you, that can guide you if you need to be guided. And don't make it think it's nothing wrong with going to therapy, because it's not nothing wrong with going to therapy. I go to therapy myself. So there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. Okay? Whew. And then, it's, Letitia said that she was going on a trip and to her hometown and all. And she invites Trish, and Trish said that she is going to Miami for going to Miami with her son for his birthday. And then she was a little looking like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Now this is Letitia now. She was looking like, oh, okay, okay. Mm-hmm. And then we gonna get over to Nell, and Nell going back to Fletcher, and she tells him, they say I was yelling, but I was not. They were they was fucking with her hard. They were definitely fucking with Miss Nail. And they gangs up on her, and you know that slick bullshit that Kimmy and Tisha be doing. That's exactly what they did. And the whole thing is they about found the right person, because Nell ain't no punk. She gonna show them Detroit style all goddamn day. And Kimmy was trying her too at that damn pool, talking about some she'll dump her in the damn pool. Is she fucking crazy? Why would you say that you gonna dump somebody in the pool and think that they ain't gonna you just don't do that. That's threatening behavior. You don't threaten nobody telling they're gonna dump them in the pool and think there ain't shit gonna happen. Okay. And then Miss Nails stood up on her ass, and she said, you ain't gonna dunk nobody in the pool. And then she says that she broke down to Fletcher, and then she said that, well, Kimmy, she gave me a public apology, and I accepted the public apology and all that. And Kimmy, and then my whole thing is Kimmy likes to look a certain way on TV, like a peacemaker. And it is getting hard. And now, no, not, hold on. And this is no it girl attack. And like the thing is, it ain't an it girl on the show, is what I'm saying. Mel ain't on the show no more. Stormy ain't on the show no more. So they ain't gonna be able to just attack one person and one person and one person, because baby, this ain't Nell. This is not Lanelle. You can't punk her. And she done already showed y'all that you can't punk her. Okay? Then Tisha and Trish, they says, how would you know if she left? Because they talking about Tish. I mean, they talking about Nell. And then they talking, and then just like, well, how would you know if she left the party and this and this and that? And then she says that, hold on, y'all. And then, Destiny being messy, and she asking Letitia, how would she know all of this if Nell didn't tell her? And then they played the film back, and oh, damn Nell. She forgot what she said, but everybody lies on here. Tish lies about her and Martell, and everybody else on here, they lying. And Nell did come back or not, hold on. Nell did come back or not. And then the Fletchers, are lying damn. But Tish, why are you so fucking nosy and so fucking messy? Just like the bitch of Bessemer, which is your mama. And it's like it does not have nothing to do with you. And then Nell, and no one is talking about your daughter now. Granddaughter now, Nell. That's the thing. Did you hear about what she was doing? And she said that she was about to go here. She said she was about to go there before she left, and this and this and that. That's a situation where they're talking about a situation, but not like directly saying what they're talking about. So she just equated it to they was talking about her granddaughter, and I'm like, but now ain't nobody physically talking about your granddaughter now. All right, and then we get over to Trish, well, Tisha, Trish, yeah, Trish, and you the only one, and she only had one session now, and her son dropped her off for her second session, and then she tells Dr. Francis that she did not, she she did go to see her, excuse me, y'all, she did go to see her grandparents at their gravesite. And then she tells Dr. Francis that her and Ken have a great relationship. Oh, really? Y'all do? Y'all got a good relationship, huh? She said they got a good relationship. That's exactly what she said. That is what she said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she said that they got a good relationship. I'm gonna let her. This what she thinking. So she said that they got a good relationship. I'm like, okay, girl, I'm gonna let you think that, but I think not. Then Trish says that her daughters love Ken. And then Tish says that she said that she was a little jealous about how her kids, her granddaughter, her not granddaughters, her daughter took and her kids took to Ken. And she said she was jealous at first. And she just wanted to be the person that protect her kids and no help. I kind of understood what she was saying because she did it for a long time by herself. And she just didn't really need additional help because she had been doing it so long for her by herself. And my whole thing is if she was gonna be jealous or what have you, she should not have had him around the kids if she thought that. And then she telling a lot about herself. hmm And she is just very, very, very immature. Very much so. And her need to be the center of attention is very, very annoying. Then she finally says that she doesn't want to feel any more losses via death or disappointment. And then we get to Tisha, and she is in the party van, the sprinter van, and she will never be that girl though, coming out the rental home and all that Gucci, Chanel, just Chanel sandals and glasses. And then it's like you can afford the party van, but you and Marceau cannot get your first floor of your house built, your rental house built. Mm. And it has been that way since we got here, since season one, or if not season one, season two. They always have property that they start working on and they never finish it. And my whole thing is really. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ugh, Jesus, y'all. And it just gets, I mean, this is embarrassing as the day is long, and it gets worse though. Gracefully next, cause Wanda is having a soft opening of her food truck, and just a soft opening, and she been talking about this the last 2, 3 seasons, and she just getting it. 2, 3 seasons later. All right, girl. I digress. Ugh. Oh yeah. Well, really? And then Tisha has decided to surprise her mom. And she decided to bring Kimmy and Destiny. And then I'm like, you gonna surprise Wanda with Kimmy and Destiny? Okay. All right. And then they started talking about the fight. And I'm like, oh my Lord. I can't. I can't take it no more. And this is what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, I'm woke now, y'all. They just beating it in my head, just talking about the same shit over and over and over and over. But then Trish said, okay, now it's an important part right here. The point where Kimmy is bringing up when Tish said that she was yelling. Then Trish said, yes, you are yelling, and put her hand out. But Kimberly, this is Kimmy now, but I'm calling her Kimberly. And I'm like, Kimberly, now wait now. Cut it out. Cut it all the way out. All this is after you said that you would throw her in the pool now. Don't be trying to play semantics and get stuff mixed up and make people think that they don't know what the hell they talking about. Then when you set up a sit down for you, Destiny, and Tisha, and you knew what y'all was up to when y'all dog piled on Nell. And the whole thing is you knew this would happen. They knew what happened. That's what they wanted to happen. And then Kimberly, you were yelling at Nell. And then that's what happens when delusional people are in the same vicinity and want to tell the story the way that they want to tell the story. You okay, if it was a dog that was outside, blue, and one person said, oh, the dog was outside and the dog was blue, and then another person tell the same story. Oh, it was a dog outside. I don't know what color the dog was. A third person say, oh, the dog was outside, but he was running. Three totally different things. All I'm talking about a dog, but it's just two totally different things. Three totally different things, and that's what pisses me the hell off. Okay, and then I'm like, Tisha, still bringing up the BS conversation that was had between Fletcher and Melody Holt, aka Rogers now, about the NDAs. And that would have been forgotten about if you were not still bringing it up. And then Destiny tells us that she has been dating around and she is not sleeping with everyone. And I'm like, okay, good for you. Good for you. I believe you. Good for you. You don't have to sleep with every man that you meet. Okay. Then Tisha said that you are right because if that was the case, then he would not, and this is Lance, he would not have gotten that girl pregnant. I'm like, you just a silly bitch. Really, she really is. And then Trish and Ken, they are saying, now Trish and Ken, we get to Trish and Ken, and they are saying that they want to build a brick and mortar gym. Okay, good. Do it. Do it. Get it done. Get it done now. And I like Ken. And he tells Trish that he is proud of her. And he is. And then Ken has really hung in there. Love it. And we see him with his woman. Now this is Trish and Ken, and then we see him with his woman, and then we get to Martell, and he is not, Martell. Okay, so we see Trish and Ken together, and then Martell, he got his woman on a hoodie, and he zip it down so people can look. When he tired of them looking, and he don't want some people to look, he zip it back up. I'm like, boy, shut the hell up, shut the hell up. And then he just changed. That's all it is. And Wanda is back, and she is in Bessemer. And she says the hoes from Huntsville, they did them Huntsville hoes from Huntsville, they didn't came. And anyway, Tisha is still running to Wanda with her issues and her problems because she couldn't wait to get that nasty ass baked potato that was slightly looking nasty, like the baked potato that y'all probably saw on the damn internet. It didn't look good, and it just looked like they was just doing this. It wasn't nobody. It didn't even look like nobody was even dipping nothing. It looked like they was just doing this. So that's all they was doing. And I'm like, wasn't nobody getting nothing like that. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And Tisha telling Wanda what happened and all that. And then, Tisha is still running. Of course, she's still running around to her mama, telling her issues like she 5 years old. And like she ain't in her 40s, because she in her 40s. Okay. And then Tisha brings up Nell Fletcher. And Wanda calls her the old lady. And I'm like, girl, what? You got all of the nerve, all of the gumption, all of the audacity, all of the mediated gall, as well as all of the nerve. And then Tisha messing up a Bible verse. And I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Saying, respect your elders and your days will be cut short. And I'm like, what? And she means, and your days shall be long if you respect your elders. Of course, they're not going to be cut short, baby, because if they cut short, then you're not respecting the elders. You disrespecting the elder. Girl, get it together. She ain't read shit. And I'm like, but oh my, I gotta digress. Then, whew. Then Wanda gonna tell Nell, how Fletcher stepped out on Nell 20 years ago. And I'm like, oh my lord. Oh, girl, stop that crap. You bringing up old shit. You ain't no better than your bad maid daughter. Shit, got me messing up and shit. And then talking about that side affair. And I'm like, look, I'm pretty sure that everything is good in the hood because they still together. Hell, why would you bring something up like that? It's not the person's fault that she got cheated on. It's the cheater, which is Mr. Fletcher at his finest. And then they do it a lot on this show. And they do shit like that all the time. Always trying to blame one particular person. Always trying to blame the damn woman instead for blaming the man. Okay? And respectfully, Nell was careful not to mention anyone's marriages. Then Tisha says that she wants her mom to talk to Nell. And I'm like, how old are we again? Are we 5 years old? Maybe in her mind and maybe mentally she is five. Maybe she is mentally. And it's like, who tells their mom to talk to their colleague about an issue that they having? that is her mom's age. That just didn't make sense, y'all. Because she acting like a child. Oh, mom, I'm finna tell my mom. I'm finna go tell my mama on you. I'm going to tell my mama on you. I'm going to tell my mama on you. Girl, get the hell out of here. Ain't nobody. And then that's why I'm like, okay, sure. If Tisha was a child, that is how it would go. And I would hate to see how she was growing up in Bessemer. But that's the end of my review, y'all. Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that's Wonderful Chaos, Season 10, Episode 11. And I'm going to go ahead and get this video starting to upload, y'all. And I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.